It's time now to shine our Friday night light on the highs and lows of media coverage over the past week. We begin with Thursday's column in the Washington Post, taking issue with this network's coverage of America's crime crisis. In the piece titled "Crime is Surging in Fox News Coverage," columnist Philip Bump opines that last year and so far this year, Fox News has mentioned crime twice as often as its competitors on average. Now, with the midterms looming, Fox News is talking about crime more than ever. Let's get insight on mainstream media perception with townhall.com managing editor Spencer Brown and the host of O'Connor Tonight on Salem News Channel, Larry O'Connor. Gentlemen, welcome to you both. That was kind of my low with the Washington Post, and the reason I said that is because I was reading it and I was thinking of the 6 or 8 people who were stabbed on the Las Vegas Strip, and you think, those people probably not finding that very amusing, right? Wow. The father who was killed in the Marriott Hotel in Poughkeepsie, right? The family in Southern California that was held hostage and killed this week. Probably not very amused by the Washington Post and Fox News, weighing too much on crime. All the numbers are up. We're not making it up. Your thoughts on that?
Is Philip Bump going to go to the funeral of some of these victims' families and say, don't worry, it's just Fox News hyping things up?
Right.
It's offensive. And how dare Fox News actually talk about what America cares about right now and what we see right outside of our windows? Washington Post should probably focus on the fact that in this town, the town they're supposed to be covering, we are now hitting our 6th year where the murder rate has increased year over year over year. Yeah. They don't care about that. They care about politics, and they know that this crime is hurting their party.
Fair assessment on that, Spencer? What are your thoughts?
Absolutely agree with everything Larry said, and it's problematic because it's shining a light on the things that Americans actually care about, and the mainstream media and obviously their Democrat allies can't have that be the case, because what they're saying is the midterms are all about abortion rights. But obviously Americans don't agree with that, and so by telling these stories and the stories of these families and their victims, it's shining the light on what they absolutely want to keep hidden. And so when you shine a light, you're over the target.
Let's get to our highs and lows. Spencer, let's start with yours first, which you kind of agree with. Your high is The Daily Show finally making fun of Kamala Harris. Let's watch it, and we'll let you weigh in after.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because we are united. And we are states.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
It's funny, Spencer, because the piece actually goes on, and it gets more spot on the deeper you get. It really is. I mean, and it shows. It maybe shows that, they're like, you can't just ignore this stuff.
No, it's gotten to the point where they can't ignore it. And this is a woman, Kamala Harris, the vice president, that The Daily Show and Trevor Noah spent months propping up and making out to be this hero, their savior in a pantsuit. And finally, they've gotten to the point where they've realized this woman who is a heartbeat away from the presidency sounds exactly like someone who's on an HBO show whose lines were written by an Emmy Award-winning writer's room. Designed to sound incompetent and foolish. And so finally, whether it's because Trevor Noah is on his way out the door and he doesn't feel like he needs to ingratiate himself to the White House anymore, that could be part of it. But it's just nice to finally see them realize that this can't just be brushed under the rug. There's some serious issues here.
Yeah,
I think they're just jealous because they see how much fun we're having with her. They want in on it.
Yeah, they're like, come on, this is gold. This is comedy gold, really is. And we're ignoring it all. Larry, your high is Ron DeSantis taking on a CNN reporter. Watch.
When the president went to Saudi Arabia, he said, I'm doing all I can to increase the supply for the United States of America, which I expect to happen. What happened?
So I want to be very clear, and we have said that, his trip to the Middle East was not about oil. It was about America's position.
So that was Larry's low, but we can reverse him. That's your low.
That's my high. That is your high. That's your Fox News White House correspondent, Peter Doocy, and he's actually asking the question that I can't imagine why everyone in that room doesn't want to ask, which is, all right, gas prices go up, it's Putin's fault, it's OPEC's fault. Gas prices go down, Biden takes credit for it. Yeah. Now OPEC has raised prices again. I thought he just went to Saudi Arabia and he was going to fix all of these things. Doocy's asking the questions over there, and he's really boxing Karine Jean-Pierre in, and that moment right there went viral because we're all getting hurt by these rising gas prices.
Yeah, and it's very true. And you're right. Yeah. That was your high. And the interesting thing is that, Spencer, your low is really being called one of the dumbest stories of the week. This is Politico tweeting, if we can put this up on the screen. DeSantis has been a critic of Biden on nearly every policy front, but he sure does like the president's wallet, as if it's Joe Biden's money.
Yeah, Politico is not a new publication. They have a pretty, good reputation generally as far as having their finger on the pulse of what's happening in Washington. But do they not realize that the federal government's money is not the president's personal money? It's actually the American people's. It's from our wallets. And so it's problematic on that front that they don't seem to understand where money comes from. But then also to claim that only states who have leaders who agree with the White House deserve federal aid in the wake of a disaster like this is just despotic tyranny. Like that doesn't work in a free country like ours. You can't just get payouts based on if you agree with the man in the White House.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. But that is the mentality here. They try to box. Remember, they did this in Congress, too, when Republicans were complaining about the student loan forgiveness. And then they called them hypocrites because they took COVID relief loans during this. It's like if you actually use any kind of money from the federal government, you're not allowed to criticize any other use of federal money.
Right. And we've seen this. It goes all the way back to Katrina, and you think, okay, this is the Democrats' money for the next. It's not the Democrats' money. It's everybody's money. Stop it already.
Yeah.
Larry, Spencer. Great to see you. Thank you.
Thanks, Trace.
Thank you.